I think, Josh, what they do is they argue from the standpoint of compassion and fairness. And so they think, would I want my child being raised in a Christian home subjected to mandatory exposure to the Quran or to the Book of Mormon or to, some other religious book? I understand the fear associated with that, but the fact of the matter is there are believers living in countries just like that, where their children are exposed to those sorts of things all the time. What do? You teach them the gospel at home, and you teach them the truth, and you pray for their salvation. That's what you do. So I don't have a right as a believer to expect that I'm going to live in a nation that has the history with Christianity that our country does. If I had been born in some other, in Afghanistan or somewhere else in the world, I wouldn't be meeting with that, I know. And God would sustain us, and God would be gracious to us, and the same grace that brought us to His Son would sustain us in His Son. Our country does have a history with Christianity, and so we shouldn't be ashamed of the fact that we have this tremendous privilege, just by virtue of our nation's history, to have reminders of the Word of God. That's a blessing. That's not a curse.